Hello, I'm Logan Phillips. I'm a professor at Tulsa Community College. Today, in conjunction with the Tulsa Global Alliance Kaohsiung Sister City Partnership, working with Johnny Yoder, who's the chair of the Kaohsiung Sister City Partnership, and Vanessa Hall Harper, who's the Tulsa City Councilor, honorary ambassador for Kaohsiung, we have organized a hands-on project for the Taiwan culture called the Sheng Bao, or Hakka Satchet. Now, this project comes from the Hakka people of Kaohsiung, which is Taiwan's second largest city. It is a major industrial center with an international port, ranking in the third largest container port in the world. With a population of 1.5 million, the city is the center of the country's shipbuilding, steel, and petroleum industries. And the Hakka are Taiwan's second largest ethnic group, and the popularity of the cloth in the community has given rise to another name, the Hakka floral cloth. Now today, textiles with the traditional floral design against a background of Taiwan's reds and other colors are still seen in everyday items, especially in predominantly Hakka communities. Now this handmade sachet is in the shape of a rice dumpling and contains sweet-smelling medicinal herbs. Children wear the sachet during certain holidays to safeguard against evil and prevent illness. So today, we're going to be making our own. The Sheng Bao, our perfume sachet, which is a traditional craft. This traditional craft is usually made out of cloth, ribbon, or paper, and is filled with sweet-smelling herbs and powders. Now, in the past, when medicine was less advanced, people ground up real gar, which was arsenic, mineral oil, artemisia, and calamus, not plants I work with very often, and they ground these up into really fine powders and wrap them in a small piece of cloth to make a sachet that could be worn on the chest. Now this sachet gave out a scent that kept away insects and bacteria. Now this is the very origin of the sachets that we are using today, are our scented sachets. And while these auspicious symbols are no longer really used to ward off evils or cure illnesses, they still retain a cultural value and are appreciated for their decorative beauty. Now with our sachet today, we have provided a filler for your Hakka fabric. But you may, if you so choose, put potpourri or other scents that you enjoy into the bag. I suggest lavender or just a mixed bag of potpourri, whatever you have laying around. You could carry it with you. You can put this sachet into your bag, hang it in your car, or simply use it as a decoration or a keychain. The choice is really up to you. So with that stated, I hope you enjoy this. Let's jump back right in. You should have with you a red envelope. If you'll pull that out, we'll start making our sachets. Right into creating your Sheng Bao, or Hakka sachet. Now, this is in the shape of a rice dumpling, and your final product will be very similar to this. Of course, you have our Chinese coins, the actual packet. For us, we will be using some filler, but if you have potpourri or something at home, you can also fill it with whatever you feel is needed. Typically, these are filled with fragrant medicinal herbs, and we have our bows and our ribbons down below. So we have our final product, and for you, starting off, you will find your red envelope. So let's go ahead and open our red envelope up and look at the pieces that we are going to be dealing with. I'm just going to set that to the side a little bit. Now the stickers are just for fun. You are free to use them, play with them, do whatever you like. We have our filler. Now again, if you like, you can find some potpourri, lavender, any type of fragrant filler that you have around the house, and substitute out for that. You should have some beads in there as well. Your ribbon, our coins, and of course our piece of cloth. So to start off, the very first thing to do is we are going to take first our ribbon and open up into our beadwork. Let's pull these out of the envelope. So we have two beads. You can go ahead and pull out the filler too, just to make things easier and smoother, and set it to the side. And just going to push that to the side right here. All right, so very first thing, we're going to take our ribbon, take one of the beads, push the ribbon together, and we're going to slide the bead on. Now, it might take you a little bit of time, but just be patient with it. I'm going to push the bead to the very bottom of the knot. Set that aside. We're going to take our coins and we're going to do the same exact process. Bring the cables together at the end, slip the bead through the ends of the cable, and pull to the end of the coin. Now for here, we want to take the bead to where it stays about 1 inch down at the bottom to give us a little bit of overlay so it sets on our Hakka Satchel just a little bit. So we're going to split the cables into a Y, and we're going to loop the Y, each cable back inside the bead from the top. So from here, we're creating a nice S shape, coming back and feeding in the cable again from the top. We're going to do this with both of the lines of cordage. And there we go. Find your end, pull it through. Now what this we'll create a nice little bead that can be slid up and down and give us room to modify and tighten the beads and everything. So when you're done, you should look something of this nature, where your 3 coins have a bead just about 1 inch away from them, looped upon itself, and we can pull tight. And your ribbon should be similar to this, where the bead moves up and down. Okay, so we're going to set both of those aside, and then we're going to make our pocket. So we're going to flip our cloth upside down. We're going to take our stuffing, we're going to put it in the middle, and we're going to fold it almost like a burrito, bringing one end first, folding it back over itself of this nature, so you have a nice tight little burrito looking thing. Now from here, we're going to roll the right side over, then we're going to roll the left side over so that they meet in the middle. So I'm just going to fold it over a few times, rolling it to where it meets in the middle of the fabric square. Push that down with your 2 fingers, hold it in place. Do the same thing on the other side. Of course, the tighter you make this, the cleaner it's going to look. But if you mess up and you slip, it's not a big deal. Just unravel it, come back, do it again. So we're going to pull these together. What we're going to end up with is a little pocket that has our fragrant material inside if you decide to use potpourri or lavender, or for us, it's going to have that filler. Now the next step we're going to do is we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to squish this down pretty tight. We're just going to fold it up in a nice ball. And that hoop we have on the ribbon with the bead at the bottom, we're going to cover the top of it. And we're going to push that ribbon up, and we're just going to hold it there for a minute. So what we have to do here is a little bit more complicated, but we now have our pocket. And you want to see that the ridge is on the top opposite side of the ribbon. From here, we're going to take our coins, and we're going to create a system so that the coins hang down over the top, and the beads actually tie together and hold everything in place. So to do that, we're going to make sure that we split the cable or the cordage. We're still holding this. If you can't hold it, you can set it down. It might unfold a little bit. But we're going to take the cable. We're going to go into a Y, making sure that it stays about where it's at. And we're going to go from the top of the satchel. And I'm doing this while recording, so of course it's a little bit more complex. Go over the top of the satchel, so the bead's at the top, and we come down to the bottom of it. Now what we're doing here is we really want to squeeze the 2 sides of the satchel together to keep it nice together, and we're going to feed these 2 pieces of cordage through that bottom bead. So you can see here the bead that we had on the ribbon. You can do it 1 cordage at a time or 2 cordage at a time, but we're going to feed it directly through. You might have to push the bead up a little bit to make that happen. And just pull that through. And we'll come and do the same thing with the other side of the cord. pull that through. You can see here I'm putting a little pressure on the cordage itself to give me an empty space so I can get that in through there a little bit. You can see it's come through the other side. And all I'm going to do is grab a hold of that other end and pull it through. Now with those two together, we're going to push the bead up into the satchel, get it nice and tight so that it stays together, and we're going to tie a simple square knot. So just like you're tying your shoelaces, first step, we go over the top and we pull it tight. Because we want a square knot, we do that exact same process again, just like your shoelaces, over the top, come through the bottom, rabbit goes over the heel, and back down and tied in. So now we have our ribbon at bottom, our two beads are holding everything nice in place, our coins set over the top of it, and what we use these two cords for is attaching it to our belt. So as it hangs, you'll see something of that nature. And you have yourself your shung bao or Hakka floral cloth or Hakka sack. Thank you for taking time out and creating and building and recognizing the Hakka community and our sister city of Kaohsiung, Taiwan. If you enjoyed learning about the Hakka community with our partnership with Kaohsiung, I urge you to look into the Cultural Box opportunity, which is housed at the Eisenhower International School in Tulsa. The Culture Box program allows area teachers and community leaders to check out cultural boxes, now representing more than 40 countries, regions, and cultures. This is a great addition to any classroom, presentation, or even any educational settings. The TGA Cultural Box program is celebrating nearly 25 years of service to our educators and our community organizations. To find out more about the unique curriculum they offer and experiences, opportunities, I want you to reach out to contact our Tulsa Global Alliance. You can find them online at tulsaglobalalliance.org. You can reach them by phone at 918-594-8299. Or, of course, you can join them on social media at Facebook at Tulsa Global Alliance. I am Logan Phillips. I'm a professor at Tulsa Community College. I hope you enjoyed your time today, and I hope you enjoy your Hakka Satchet. Have a very wonderful day.